Testing, testing. So, what do you think today? I was thinking about talking about boundaries.
Boundaries. I feel like everyone needs boundaries.
Yeah.
Everyone needs standards.
Have you ever dropped your boundaries?
For
Maybe
someone,
like, it could be like in a romantic relationship. It could be,
yes, I
like
have.
you kind of like it was you should have had better boundaries.
Yeah, always.
For me, the last time I let someone violate my boundaries more professionally, actually, like it was like I don't want to get into it too much because
Yeah.
it's like kind of for professional reasons,
Hmm.
but I felt like, damn, I should have put my foot down and been like, just, and I wasted a lot of time, mental peace. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it too much for the sake of just protecting, I guess, people involved or whatever.
I feel like putting a certain boundary or a certain standard, it's like showing yourself respect in a way. Like, oh, it's like little rules that people need to follow, and if they don't follow it, it's just disrespectful, and like you leave them because like they're just breaking a rule. You know.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Um, have you ever worked on boundaries? Like, I actually
Always.
did have to work on boundaries for a while. Like, maybe I don't
For a
think my I don't
while,
think my
yeah.
boundaries were terrible, but they just needed updates. When was
Yeah.
like the last time you worked on your boundaries?
Honestly, last week.
Mm. Is there anything you could talk about, or
Honestly, in a way, we're like, I guess the number one boundary is like self-respect over emotions. You know, even though I want you to stay, or like I want that person to stay. It's just like if you disrespect me, then I'm fucking gone. You
let me
know?
see that you have your light on real quick.
Yeah.
Just I just
Sorry.
pick it up like this. Okay, cool. No, you're good. I just like I know what you mean. Like sometimes you want people to stay, and then they kind of
Disrespect you.
sometimes people want to play games
Oh my
to
god.
make you seem like, oh, do you want me enough,
Yeah.
or they want to see like,
Honestly, I like that they have the mentality of playing a game,
uh-huh.
but they don't play it right.
That's amen to that. Because in other words,
Right?
yeah, because
Amen to that.
yeah.
Amen to that. I'm like, amen to that. For real, dude. Honestly, I was gonna say.
You're the way you're crazy as it's kind of compelling. Uh,
I'm saying
uh,
is that I love like people who can play, but they don't play right.
mhm.
That's why it's toxic. Like,
Yeah, yeah. In other words, correct. In other words, there's a certain amount of tension,
mm-hmm.
or like say in that situation, like say you want to feel wanted or something. There's a certain amount of tension that is appropriate and still in the realms of playfulness or being fun. And then there's toxicness where it's like now it's an ego game.
It's an ego game.
And it's like now you're just draining from another person.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like toxic. And if you don't have that, the funness in it.
The right like pathway. You know, because like you said, like everything's meta. A game's in a game, right? Like with relationships, you sell yourself to be committed to this person, right? Like they sell you, you're selling yourself, you know. So everything's commission in a way, and if you don't play that game right, if you're not selling yourself right in a way, you're giving like mixed signals, you're being toxic, you're playing the hot and cold game, like you're just being super egotistic, and you're just playing with your ego. It's like you're breaking all that standards, you're breaking all those boundaries. You know, it's like taking someone's self-respect. Like you're telling me, like, oh, like your boundaries, like don't go past this, like where my office is. This is an example, right? Like you have like your personal stuff. Let's say you have your books, your journals, like you write them down on a like journal, right, instead of your laptop. So say you have your journals and you have like all your journals in like the corner of your desk, and I just say I don't care. I'm gonna go.
Like just go to my
Just go
office.
to your office, like that's like a boundary, and like it's super simple, but it's like that when it comes to like relationships or just
One of the biggest tells for
work.
me
Yeah.
of a person that doesn't respect boundaries is their inability to care about your mental state and how they affect it. Meaning, um, I don't mind disappointing somebody if I feel it's in context as to it's important that they're disappointed, or this is not typical of me to disappoint them, or it's for their greater good, that they're temporarily disappointed for now, but eventually they'll feel fine. That's contextual. And then there's like, okay, I would prefer if you just never had a good day. Then that's like, you don't care about a person's mental being or space. Then I think that's a pretty good tell that you have no respect for boundaries. So my tell is, that's kind of one of my big tells about people, is how do they care how they affect me? That's my tell.
It's like more selfish needs than, but like selfishness. Do you think it's, people say that like selfish people live longer?
Gee, I don't know. I think that selfishness, if it is not hurting someone else,
you see, it's like,
if it's
like
not hurting someone else, it's fine.
So you say like, there's a game in a game, like life is a game.
It is a game.
But are you playing right?
It's important to be selfish. It doesn't mean be selfish and hurt others. Yeah. It's important to be selfish to take care of yourself. Like, take care of yourself, there's right? Different.
The word selfish, like everyone uses it as a negative thing.
You have to take care of yourself.
Duh.
Period. And then in a way that's kind of selfish because you're taking care. So that's fine. But then there's like the selfishness of, okay, you're hungry. I have food. I have food, and I'm fine. Like, say I've got some spicy mangoes, right? Yeah. And you're hungry, and I'm like, and I know I could share half without a problem with you. Yeah. But I'm like, no, I don't care. I'd rather eat half for myself for later, for now and for later. Whereas then it's like, dude, you know what? It probably would make your day a little bit if I shared them, and I don't mind. It's okay. Yeah. Like that, I think is the overall idea of not being selfish, right? That's the idea. It's like there's too much selfishness. And then there's like, okay, by that same token, let's just say if I have a certain amount of food for my week, then I better not just give it away because that's the amount to get me through all the 7 days. So I don't be on day 7 without food, right? So there's moments like, do you have something to share?
So I was being selfish?
No, in other words, do you have something to share? And then if you do and you can, maybe you are being a little too selfish.
Oh, I get you.
Right? Like, do you have it to share?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Next topic or what? This one, we beat this one to death? Yeah. Okay. Know when to rest and recover. This weekend I rested. That was an important part.
Tell them about this morning, jerk.
What about it? That I doubted you were going to make it?
Yeah, you doubted me again, and I proved you wrong. I showed up. So usually, like, our challenges, we have, like, rewards, right? See if you lose, you have to pay me.
If I'm not here on time, I give you $5. Yeah. And then you get me a cold brew if you're late.
Yeah.
So yesterday, it's because yesterday I was like, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, discommunication.
And
you can talk about that too.
Texting. And then you go, okay. You said, okay. And I read it like, okay.
Like I didn't care. Yeah. But I was like, okay. Like, I understand.
Yeah. And so then I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about the penalty tomorrow. Like, if you don't have to pay, because I was kind of like testing you to see if you were going to make it.
Yeah, I know you were testing me. And you made it all dramatic too.
Yeah. So what did you think about my little test to you?
I just see if you wanted to show me, like, you wanted to see if I was like serious about it, which I am, right? But like you wanted to see if I actually wanted to go with my own will instead of like the little rewards that I get.
Correct.
Which I haven't been getting because we've both been winning.
I won 2 times last week.
Yes, I won 3. You won 3.
I think I'm at 4 now, or 3. I don't know, honestly.
3.
3 maybe.
Calm down.
Well, yes. Well, I will give you this, but you gotta admit that yes, that today I said, hey Nicole, I'll see you at 8, and you waited till 7:45 to like it, right? Just so I could be like, is she coming or not?
Yeah.
So you wanted me to doubt you.
Yeah. But like, because you already did. It was already in there. And that energy was in there. I just pursued it more.
You wanted to mess with it.
I wanted to mess with it. And then my little head popped up. And you're like, no way.
You walked in like, guess who's here?
Yeah, I'm like, me.
It was a cool move.
Right?
You liked the move. You liked it.
But we're on day what?
28.
28. Day 28.
33% done.
33% done. And how do you feel?
I like that. It feels like a good refining of the process. Like, you know, thinking, I feel great today. I slept good. We trained hard last week. Had a great leg session, great glute sessions. You know, today we came in, we started discussing some of the game and how breaking down the philosophy on this cup and how like I see it as like there's always chaos and
The
order.
Nutrition.
Yeah.
The off season. It's your off season.
It's my off season right now.
It's my preseason.
Currently, yeah.
So.
And I'll meet you in season in
I
January.
made him cookies. Show him the cookies that he unappreciative of.
I'm very grateful for the cookies.
Yes, yeah.
Smell good.
I know.
I might take this tomorrow.
Just take a bite now.
No, it's just all about waiting. It's all about that wait.
Yeah.
So next topic is, so yeah, I did rest and recover. Yesterday, even yesterday, I was just like at my laptop writing, and
yeah,
it just helped me to just recover. Just helped me. How about you? Did you rest this weekend?
Yeah, Sunday I slept like a baby. I fell asleep around 10 or 11. Sunday, like Saturday night.
Yeah,
Sunday.
we're gonna go. We have to be up early tomorrow, so we have to go to bed early.
We have to go to bed.
I
woke up at 1 p.m. 1:30.
When?
Sunday.
Damn. So you were up late.
No, I wasn't. I told him I have low iron, so I could just sleep.
You have low iron?
Yeah, I do. I'm anemic.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know you were anemic.
Yeah, I am anemic.
Okay. That's the Nicole vibe. I knew you were anemic. Yeah, I am anemic. And then it's just like developmental toughness. To me, it's important when dealing with difficult people to develop mental toughness. Like, people are going to try to get to you, like, piss you off. It's important to be tough. What do you think about that?
I feel like it's tough. I say more like emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, it's one of your favorite terms.
Because that's so important. Because, like, for example, the
How emotionally intelligent?
It's higher than, you can be higher than IQ. Because if you're,
I'm going to ask you something. You that knows me, you know, how emotionally intelligent do I come across to you? Like, yeah, obviously you're not going to.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
8.
You're just like. Okay. But
I feel like an A because once you're emotionally intelligent, you're secure with yourself. So, like, for example, right now, when you said to be tough, can you say it again? The topic, to be tough.
When you're dealing with difficult people, it's important to have a mental toughness to you so they can't get to you.
A mental toughness, like to be emotionally smart. Because like once you know what they're trying to do and like how they're gonna bring you down, you're more secure than them. So they're usually like to act out on their emotions. So like you know how to like cancel every comeback that they say, you know, kind of like rebuttaling in a way.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of be emotionally intelligent because you know what to say, you know what to do, and you know how to act around them. With certain people. Mm-hmm. So that toughness, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm tough, but you don't know that I'm mentally tough, and I'm gonna show you. You know what I mean? So you can't mess with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I dig it.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
You know what I mean?
It's because I've known you for a few years, and it seems like you've hit like this new vibe. It's just kind of like you hit this new vibe over the course of the last few months.
It's my books.
The
books again. Yeah, it's my books. Honestly.
Those books are amazing.
They really are.
So to close up today,
I did close up. Yay.
The last topic is self-care, prioritizing self-care.
By Mac Miller.
Yeah, do you feel like do you prioritize caring for yourself?
Oh yeah, way too much. A little bit.
You think so?
Too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a certain time and point where I would care about other people's matter before mine.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a flaw within me, and it's like, you don't give a shit about me as much as I give a shit about you. And not with just relationships, it's just like with friendships too, you know. And my sister, my family, like I have to take care of them also in a way. So it's just with my family is fine, but with friends, you know, like it's super small, and that's fine. And I like that, you know. I can take care of myself and then have their company inside, you know, because they can take care of themselves too. So it's like a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
But before, I was just taking care of like, you know, toxicity, like girls that, I mean, they're not bad people, right? I just felt like I was getting taken advantage of. Like I told you, like that one time on the phone when I was like, I felt like people would just take advantage of me, you know, and I felt like I had such a big heart. Like I wasn't trying to brag. It's in a way, it's sad in a way, because I wasn't really emotionally intelligent back then in a way. Like that toughness didn't really show up because I'm like, oh, I'm like, they're my friends, I care about them. But boundaries, when it goes back to boundaries, because I had a friend that she would stay over all the time, like stay over all the time. I feel like she would just use me. I mean, she didn't have the stuff that I really did, but I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be rude and be like, no, you can't use my washer and dryer because you don't have one, you know. But there's certain limits to people. Like she was taking advantage of like my housing, my food.
You feel this person in this situation was primarily there to use your washer and like your house, kind of thing?
Just the thing that I had stuff and that I was nice to lend it to her. So I was kind of like an older sister in a way, but I wasn't. I'm your friend, like, you know. And I feel like when she had stuff in a way, I would ask for like a return back, but I felt bad because like once she had the stuff, like she would use it right away, you know, because she didn't really have it. So I mean, I'm not saying like she wouldn't reward me, right? I mean, she would like when she can.
You feel like she wasn't reciprocal?
Yeah, and there's certain boundaries that I didn't have before, now that I have now. But like before, I would just let people do it because I was so blind by that friendship, by the idea of them, like us being friends, that it's just, it blinded me in a way that they were just taking advantage of me, and probably didn't mean to, but it's like, you know what you're doing, you know? Like people know. Like depth within them, when you ask for like stuff all over again, like and again and again and again, like you know. Right, because people they're not dumb. Like they know when they're doing stuff. So that's why, like, on accident, like that's my another boundary. Like if it was on accident, like you know, unless it was an actual accident, you know what I mean? But like, if I know that you know, and like you get me, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you fucking do. Don't lie.
I do.
I know you do.
You're so wild. You're so wild. I don't think you know you are.
Oh God.
You're like, don't lie. Oh damn.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I actually do have more boundaries and standards when it comes to friendships. I mean, when it comes to relationships, like that's a whole nother like sheet, you know? That's a whole nother sheet. And it rolls down. It's like, and it rolls down.
Wow.
Okay.
I really like this one.
There.
How'd you like the podcast with like this?
Like this, a new setting?
Yeah, how do you like
Honestly,
this setting? I like both.
I like both. But I feel like there's more space, like more hand movements, more like I said, like the energy flows.
Yeah.
So as long as it's in a circle, then we're good.
That's legit, Nicole. That's legit. Tomorrow we gotta wake up. We do a workout pretty early at 6, so let's wrap this podcast up.
Tomorrow we wake up at 6 a.m.
No. You're gonna be here at 6.
We're gonna be at 6. We.
Of course, me.
I don't know about that.
Of course, I would.
I mean, I would too.
Because. All right. Well, I've enjoyed this topic about boundaries. In closing, I would like to just say this, and then you have the final word.
Mm-hmm.
In boundaries, a few years ago, I had a friend that I've had to put boundaries on a few friends, maybe 2 to 3 different friends in the last few years, for different reasons. And I think that once you start setting boundaries on people, they really do notice. They really do notice because they can't have access to you in the same way they used to. And especially if they know that they were sometimes people just drain your energy in the most subtle of ways, and they think you don't notice. And then when you kind of finally eventually do notice, because sometimes it can be subtle and you don't know what's happening. So when you cut them off, I think that sometimes they're like, dude, this guy is serious.
Oh, yeah.
So boundaries are interesting.
They really are, honestly, in a way,
because it's there's obvious boundaries, like don't you dare disrespect me, blah blah blah. And then there's
subtle ones.
There's subtle ones that they're like, it's just, why couldn't this person off? I don't know, but they're just weird. They're just up to something.
Yeah, I get
you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Especially when they honestly a lot of people in the past, they used me as their therapist, and this one girl that used to work here recently, with us, she was a great person, we're close and everything. We just don't really have in contact anymore because she would just come for me for advice, or when things wouldn't go her way, she would just come to me, and she would go to her boyfriend's friends, she would date certain people, and after it wouldn't work out, she'll come to me, you know what I mean? So I just put that boundary in a way, yeah, I'm here for you for advice, but if I see you're just using me just for company out of sorrow or petty because you feel bad, not am I the only option,
it's a weird time we're living in, that I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Right? Yeah. You have to be careful with that. I don't have anyone like that anymore in my life, but I know what you mean. Yeah. Because they find you don't know they're doing it. It's not like they tell you.
You don't know if they're coming to you because you guys are friends and
it takes a while. It takes a while.
But if it's just a pattern, maybe once or twice, that's fine. Yeah, it happens. Men come and go. Sometimes dates don't work out for you, and you want to go to your friend, you want to cry about it. That's fine. I'm here to help you. But if you just come to me as a last option, just because it didn't work out, it's are you fucking serious? I'm not your fucking therapist. And it always happens, bro. Always happens to me. Always. And we'll get more into that later.
Yeah, I think it's a great place to end. Do you want to have one last thing?
Honestly, I say have a good mentality mentally. Put standards. Always put standards and boundaries. People would want you more if you have standards and boundaries. It looks like you just have more self-respect. And then, honestly, I say the smaller your circle is, the better.
Within reason, right?
Within reason, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Nicole. I'm getting pretty sleepy, so I gotta go, and we gotta go. I'm Jacob Adams.
Nicole.
See you next time. Peace.